When I saw it pinned on the notice board at the club, I figured it must be some kind of practical joke. I mean, speed dating for seniors. The only thing that happens quickly at our age is dementia. Now, I'm a happily married woman and hadn't even contemplated attending. But as chance would have it, I find myself passing the event some weeks later. Curiosity gets the better of me and I go in for a little look-see. And it's filled with these women all primed and plucked and held together with Botox and spandex control pants, sitting cross-legged at little tables, their skirts hitched up just enough to show that their libido wasn't incognito. And these men, my God, not one under 80, struggling up from their seats onto their walking sticks and Zimmer frames, squinting so badly from cataracts they wander off to the wrong table, having conversations they're too deaf to hear, with no memory to remember they've sat with the same woman 3 times. Dear old Bob tells me all about his bladder infection. Harold asks me if my hair is real. Jim rolls his dentures round like he's sucking gumballs. And as others babble away, I sit there pitying these incredibly sad souls, all just wanting to feel a little less alone for a moment. And I think, you know what I would do if I were in charge of this speed dating? I'd run proceedings like those restaurant sushi trains. Yeah, I'd put the men on a conveyor belt and let the women pick out the ones that still smelt fresh. But a bell rings, men move, and I hear the clickety-clackety of Gumball Jim coming round for a second bite, so I grab my handbag and stand. Just as this gentleman sits down. 3-piece suit, nails trimmed, no colostomy bag bulging out of his trousers. He introduces himself as Leon and says, "Do you believe in being fair?" I nod, hesitantly, as he stares right at me with his little half smile and says, "Well, gorgeous, you've had that incredible body your whole life. It's only fair I have it for one night." Let me tell you, I've never been propositioned. It didn't happen in my day, at least not to me. I held nothing but a man's hand until Albert put a ring on mine. Married 52 years. The only thing a man's ever offered me was a seat on the bus. But the next thing I know, Leon and I are in the back of a taxi. Now I'm a rational woman, and God knows I certainly don't pick up strange men. I mean, at my age, I barely have the energy to pick up the medication. Before I know it, we're sharing a hip flask, coughing from the home brew and laughing like 2 naughty school children. I catch the driver smirking at us in his rearview mirror. What on earth am I doing? At the next red light, I'll apologise and make a less than dignified exit. But every light is green. Intersection after intersection, like some greater force is driving me forward. And as I lean towards the driver's ear to ask him to pull over, Leon leans towards mine and says, "Don't do anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. I'm paying the driver for the night. He'll take you home any time you want." Maybe he just wants companionship, to hug, to feel the warmth of another human being, to feel less alone for a moment. That's not cheating, right? I mean, I'm merely being a good Samaritan. We check in to this lavish 5-star hotel. That's as Mr. and Mrs. Bum Smells. The snooty-nosed concierge types in our details, asking us how to spell bomb smells. Leon, completely straight-faced, responds with BUM, as in backside, hyphen SMELLS, as in odor. It's Dutch. My family were in the baked bean business. As the elevator doors close behind us, we burst into hysterics, tears down our cheeks, literally clutching at our bellies. I haven't laughed that hard since. I catch his eye in the mirror. He grabs my hand. It's soft. His thumb rubs my clammy palm. I think he might want more than companionship. He leads me down the long, plush corridor towards our penthouse suite. We pass walls lined with portraits of regal men, their eyes tracking us. What must they be thinking? What on earth am I thinking? I could catch God knows what. I mean, you read about this kind of thing. I've seen Dr. Goldberg for 38 years. What is he going to think when I turn up with chlamydia? Leon extends his arm, letting me enter the suite first. Winking, he excuses himself to freshen up. Like I need him any fresher. I move to the balcony, staring out at the city lights. And picture Albert sitting at the bay room window. I look at the front door. Escaper is closer than the bedroom. I stand there, thinking. And then I walk to Leon. He's by the bed, smiling. And I move towards him. My knees are shaking like I'm tiptoeing on a tightrope between two skyscrapers. And I say, you know, Leon, I never intended to come to this speed dating business. He steps towards me, wrapping an arm around the small of my back. His warm breath on my neck as he whispers, I watched you take down the flyer from the notice board last week. He takes my hand. And as this tornado of guilt inside my head loses its breath, I drift. I let go. I let go. Let go. I sit alone in the back seat of the taxi. Every light is red as it crawls through morning peak hour. I squirt Chanel Mademoiselle on my wrists and rub my neck. It's Albert's favourite perfume. He's sitting by the bay window, staring, blank-faced. I walk towards him and stand by his side, listening to his heavy breaths. I reach for his hand, unclenching it from the dressing gown I ironed a day earlier. I hold it and I cry. remembering that day 9 years ago when he was moved into care, and he started to slip away from me. And he said, visit me, love me, but you must promise to let me go. You have to let me go.